Oh yeah, back with another video. Week 14. We almost done. I keep telling y'all, if you an NFL team and you ain't got your mind right, go ahead and start preparing for the 26th season. Just go ahead and do that because people out here not playing. This is big business. December. This is for the big boys. All that foolery, that was September, October. This is where you decide what you gonna do. If you going home after this money, you gonna play for something. So yes, week 14 recap. That's what you finna get because you asked for it. Even if you didn't, you getting it anyway. So yeah, we gonna start with your beloved rivalry, the Steelers and the Ravens. Always a problem. Always something. Yep, and it was something this time. Steelers do win this one, 27 to 22. Rodgers, he had him a game, 284, one TD, one running TD. When last time Rodgers ran for a TD? That's crazy. Metcalf, 148. It was probably his best game of the season. I ain't gonna lie to you. It just seemed like he was in a groove, and unfortunately, Lamar Jackson only had 219, one touchdown, one interception. He still don't look like himself. I don't know if he rushed back because from the injury, but he just don't look like himself. You hope that he gets in a groove, but it's been about 4 games and he only got 4 left. So hopefully he finds a gear in there somewhere because they teetering. They 6-7. They have battled back. They was 1-5. So they 1 game from the division with the Steelers. They will meet again in 2 weeks in Pittsburgh. So it's not like it's dead in the water, but something gotta happen. We want that MVP caliber Lamar or something right around there, but you're just getting normal Lamar, and it's not really enough to overcome everything that the Ravens have been through this season. Starting 1-5, you in a hole. So hopefully they didn't use up all their energy to get out of the hole and they have nothing left. But yeah, unfortunately with this game, I don't know. It looked like Likely had the touchdown catch with 2 minutes left in the game. Bro caught it, had possession, was about to take a step, and Joey Porter Jr. knocked the ball out of his hands, and they said that was an incomplete pass. So I don't know. I don't know what a catch is anymore in this league. I really don't. He caught it. It looked like he had possession. I thought that was good enough because you can catch the ball in the end zone and not have to take a step. But I don't know. They wanted him to take steps. They wanted it to be a football move. Somebody said that in commentary, not me. I don't know. It looked like a catch, but like I said, who knows what a catch is anymore? He had possession. He caught it in the end zone. I guess that wasn't good enough. Maybe they wanted him to take 5, 6, cha-cha slide. I don't know. They wouldn't take a bunch of steps and show that he had the possession, but so the Ravens don't get that touchdown, and that's pretty much what cost them the game. I'm not gonna say pretty much, but I mean you're up 29 to 27 at that point, so the Steelers do have to get the ball back, and they could go down the field and hit a field goal, or they could not. Well, I guess we'll never know. But once again, these two teams face in 2 weeks, so we'll see what goes on with that. Oh boy. Jacksonville, 9-4, 4 straight. Ever since that loss against the Texans, that debacle, that 29-point lead y'all gave up, y'all have been grooving. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all look like a solid team down there. So hats off to y'all. And they overcome the Colts 36-19. Now in this game, Lawrence 244, 2 touchdowns. Nothing amazing, but he did have a good game. Jacksonville finding a groove, and the Colts is falling out of their groove because they did lose Daniel Jones, tore his ACL, so he's out for the year. Bro's already playing on what they consider a broken leg, and I guess he was putting the pressure, trying to keep pressure off that leg and putting pressure too much on the other leg, and ACL popped, and we know with ACLs that takes 9 months at least to rehab, so it's over for him as far as that. Riley Leonard, their backup, came in. He has a strained PCL, so he might not be able to go next week. Anthony Richardson is still not cleared to play after basically breaking a bone in his nose. So Colts have a lot of injuries. At this point, you signing somebody off the street, and it looks like they have, because reports have come in that your boy, yeah, oh yeah, Phillip Rivers, 44, he ain't playing with y'all, still in shape, ready to go, has been signed to the practice squad. Oh, Colts, what are you doing? Why? 44, you might as well get me. Go ahead and sign me, and I'll go out. I ain't saying I'm going to do you right, but I can go out there and give you a little something, and we'll just see what happens from there. Andrew Luck wasn't available. I mean, he retired. I know he retired before Rivers, but he's younger than Rivers still. Even though he retired 6 years ago, bro is like 34 now. You might as well go and see what's up. Cam Newton ain't available. Mike Vick, Brady, no, not Roethlisberger. Sorry, Big Ben. But somebody got to be available. Somebody that's a little bit more current that played within the last 5 years. For real, for real. Like, I know you can't trade because we late deep in the season, but Rivers, what y'all doing? What y'all doing with Rivers? What is this about? I'm not saying he can't throw. I'm not saying he ain't in shape. But he's 44. Not Brady 44. I've been playing. He's 44. I've been off for 5 years. Coaching high school football. I ain't took no grown man hits. The body is well rested probably from not getting hit, but he ain't got hit. And you're going to put him out there. Colts, this is your next four. You got Seattle. 49ers. Jacksonville again. And Houston. That don't sound like I don't know which game would you put him in if you had to. Like, which one of those four games would you put 44-year-old Rivers in? None of them sound good. They sound hard with Jones in there, because this team has already been on a losing streak, going backwards. 7-1, now you're 8-5. You know, it happens. Hot streak, cool off a little bit, but these are your last four, and you're in the middle of a playoff race, and you're gonna put a 44-year-old that hasn't played in 5 years against teams that have, all of these teams have 9 wins. All of these teams pretty much have the same record. Seattle 10-3, 49ers, Jacksonville 9-4, Houston 9-4. You sure you want to do that? That's what your heart desires. Don't put that man out there like that. That's a no. Practice squad. He might be there to mentor somebody. Tell him. Just give him some advice. But don't do that to yourselves. Don't play yourselves. But we'll see. So, oh man, Bears. Yep. Still little big brother. That's all. I mean, I know you consider yourself big brother, but you are little big brother. You little brother to Green Bay still. A heartbreaking loss, I guess you could say. 28-21, the Bears lose. Caleb was 186 with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Came at the wrong time. Love, 234. Had his interception early. I guess he had to get out of his way because he threw 3 touchdowns as well. Watson, he looking really good as the number 1 receiver. 89 yards, 1 TD. The Bears couldn't get any pressure on Love. I mean, he really was comfortable back there. And when I say comfortable, I'm talking about not worried about being hit. So that's the problem in this one. He just had all day to throw, and he really didn't miss. Outside of that 1 interception, I don't know what he thought he seen. It looked like miscommunication or just a bad throw, but outside of that, it really wasn't too many mistakes from Jordan Love. But this is a team that doesn't make many mistakes anyway, so you're going to have to bring your A game. And the Bears was down 14-3. It looked like it was going to be one of those old-fashioned Green Bay spankings, and the Bears pulled back. They did show heart. I ain't going to lie to you. That was a battle game for the Bears. Hopefully they can take that and go forward, because you are going to have to beat Green Bay. You have them in 2 weeks. So you're going to have to beat them, because they ain't finna slow down, and the Lions ain't too far behind you in the division. So it's a lot of work to be done. But this was a good battle. Caleb unfortunately threw the game ending interception in the end zone. I don't know what you do with that play. DJ Moore was open, but we say that a lot. DJ Moore been open all year. Bro ain't getting the ball. Go ahead and set DJ Moore free. All right, for the fun of it. Even if he couldn't hit DJ Moore, if DJ Moore leaked out at the wrong quickly, it was too quick for him to make the decision. You got to float that ball up. Komet is 6'5". Let him go get that. You threw it into Buddy's hands. He barely had to jump. Make him jump as high as Komet could. You got to float that ball up high. Either Komet gets it or nobody gets it. I mean, or if that's the case, you should have just ran the ball. Mongai and Swift, they've been solid. So I think either one of them could have picked up that first. But if you're going to leak out and you're going to push Caleb outside of the pocket, something got to happen besides that. Not float the ball into the guy, to his hands. That's on Caleb, but the play calling too, like we don't know what the design play call, so, but it didn't seem like it was too much strategy with that. It seemed like Caleb just go out there and make a play and get us a first down, but that did not happen. So hopefully next time we don't have that situation. Caleb, we don't get those interceptions in the end zone. But the Bears did show hard. They showed that they can compete. Hopefully they take that because the Browns are coming into town next week. So not saying the Browns is a world-class team at all, but they do have Shedeur, who is now their starter. He's playing for something. So this is not just a walkthrough game. He's out there playing for security for next year. So you're going to have to play for real. This defense got to get some pressure, y'all. Y'all let dudes sit back there and chill all day. And of course you're going to lose and nobody's getting no pressure. So hopefully that picks up for the Bears. As I said, Shedeur Sanders, he is the Browns quarterbacks going forward. That was announced the other day. 769 passing yards so far. 5 TDs, 3 interceptions. 364, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception the last game, Sunday, against the Titans, even though they lost the game. Go for 2 and didn't work out, but Shedeur, I mean, it was probably all part of the plan. Who knows? We never know with this team. You never know with the Browns. But yeah, you've seen enough of Gabriel, and I'm not saying that's the end all be all for him, but you did need to see Shedeur. You got both of these rookies. You don't have a clear starter for 26. You've announced that you're bringing Watson back. Of course, you can't get rid of him. You cut him, you're going to owe more than you ever could trade him for. So, of course, you're going to keep bro. But you do need to see what you got with these 2 rookies because they can't sit on the bench because after some point, you probably are going to see if Watson is healthy to let him go in the 27 season. So, yeah, play both of them, see what you got. Shedeur looks okay. Gabriel wasn't bad, more of a check down player, but they got different styles. So let Shedeur have it, and then you go into training camp and see what you got. And hopefully you have something decent. Hopefully that's the wish for y'all. Moving on, we're going to talk about the Texans. They tough. That defense is scary. I don't know what's going on with them, but they for real. D'Amico Ryans, he doing a good job with that team altogether. We thought this team was dead in the water, and they won 3 straight with a backup and 2-0 since Stroud has come back. These guys is rolling. Kansas City couldn't do nothing on offense for real. I guess you can't when 3 starters is out, and you just rotate guys in. So, of course, 3 offensive starters was out, Kansas City. It showed because Mahomes, 160, 3 interceptions. I don't remember the last time Mahomes didn't have a touchdown. That's wild. But, yeah, they was all over, bro. It was in his face. We had drop passes, tip passes for interceptions. Just buffoonery on the Kansas City side. It just looked like it didn't look like a disciplined team at all, which is not something we say about Kansas City. Stroud, he gave him 203, 1 touchdown. Collins, 122. And that was enough. So Texans is rolling. They have they could probably win out if they keep this up. They got the Cardinals, the Raiders, Chargers, of course, and the Colts. Whatever quarterback plays for the Colts at that point. So they could be on their way. They could be right there. The Chiefs, though, you have the Chargers, Titans, Broncos, and the Raiders. So 2 out of 4 is a challenge. So maybe the Chiefs just ain't got no gas. Maybe they burnt out. I mean, all these Super Bowls and extra games and going to, it's a lot. And maybe this is just the year they said we ain't got it. They don't seem like they ready to quit. I don't expect them to. They only 1 game out. I mean 2 games out of the wild card technically, but they just look unenthused, and I guess that just happens when you win a lot. It's not saying you take a year off, but you can't do it every year. And this ain't looking like the year for them, but I wouldn't count them out yet. We'll see. Oh boy. Eagles. What is it? Oh, Eagles lose to the Chargers 22-19 in overtime last night. I can't tell you the last time I seen so many turnovers from quarterbacks. It was ridiculous. Hurts, 240, 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Boy got intercepted and then fumbled in the same play. I didn't know that was possible, but it is. Yep, so intercepted, got the ball back and fumbled. So yeah, that's the thing. Barkley, he had his best game in about a month, 122 on the ground. Brown, 100 yards again. It seems like him and Brown is picking up Smith as well. Barkley maybe turning the corner, and it's still not enough. I don't know what it is with this Eagles team. Another team, just like the Chiefs, maybe they're burnt out. Going to multiple Super Bowls, winning last year. Maybe it's just, but we've seen this from the Eagles before. They went to the Super Bowl, lost. Next year, it looked like they was going to dominate, and they was for about 11 games, and then went to sleep. And came back strong, and the next year won the Super Bowl, and it looks like they started strong this year and went back to sleep. So you never know. It's a lot of talents, so somebody's going to have to take the blame. Hurts did not have a good game at all. Intercepted on, looked like they was coming back down the field to win it in overtime after the field goal, but Hurts intercepted on the 1 yard line. Oh boy, that's the wrong place. Y'all too close to be throwing these interceptions, these end zone, these 1 yard lines. No. But great play by Tony Jefferson, OG, still getting it done. Eagles, 3rd straight loss, but it is hope for y'all. Y'all do have the Raiders. Y'all have the Commanders twice. Talk about good. And you got Buffalo. So you rack up some of these wins, get some momentum going into the playoffs. Because you're not cooked, but Dallas is not giving up. They seem to think that they can catch you. So want to make it hard on them. On the flip side, the Chargers, Herbert, a week after surgery on his left hand, bro goes out there and plays. 139. Not much, of course. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 66 yards rushing. Him and Hampton basically ran the ball. It was pretty much strategic. They wasn't going to have him throw too much. Had to protect that hand, see how he does. Because you are in a playoff race. But he did get sacked 7 times. So, I don't know. Maybe it's too early. Maybe he's not comfortable enough to move the offense like you can. But the Chargers was able to run the ball, and defense did enough to keep them at bay. But at the same time, you're not going to play somebody that's going to throw 4 interceptions every game either. So Chargers got the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Broncos. A good mix, Texans and Broncos, really good defenses, guys that get after you. You don't want him getting sacked and getting pressure, getting that hand hit. Chiefs and Broncos, outside of they still the Chiefs until they fall all the way off. Cowboys, one of the best offenses, so if you can't produce offense, you don't want to be in a bad situation. So we'll see what the Chargers do. They 9-4. They still got work to do. So hopefully that comes around. We hoping that Herbert don't get his hand hurt or anything else hurt. Chargers, we hope, Chargers Nation, y'all understand. it's been a lot of struggles. So we hope that everything heals and nothing goes wrong. Because every time it looks like you overcome something, then something else comes. So it's hard being a Chargers fan sometimes, even if you're all the way in the Midwest. But anyways, yeah. So what did we learn? We learned that the Chiefs are not looking like. We learned that the phone was dinging through the whole video. That's crazy. The Chiefs aren't. They aren't who we thought they are. Colts are signing 44-year-olds off the street. Eagles offense still ain't there. And we don't throw interceptions in the end zone. You got to float that ball up. You can't just throw it. You got to float it. However you do the floater. Y'all know how to do the floater. Yep, so that's what we got. Hopefully we'll see. And we still don't know what a catch is in the NFL. All these years later, changing the rules and seeing this is what the standard is. Catch the ball. Still don't know what a catch is. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you next week.